Hi viewers, hi coders. So today we will discuss about the topic which is singleton design pattern. So chaliye let's get started. So we'll start now. So coders like the thing singleton design pattern. What is singleton design pattern? This is something like it is a design pattern where uh, we get a single instance. Means even if we create as many as object of that, but we can get the single instance of that object. So what is the practical use case of this singleton is like while connecting to the db, so we have to make sure there is one connection only, there are no multiple connections, so that time we can use the singleton design pattern. As well as like in the configuration manager, like if in that configuration manager, like if we want to make sure that like it will access the configuration settings in all the applications through one configuration manager, so that time we can use the singleton design pattern. Like here I have written to maintain the consistency of the configuration manager will ensure that all parts of the application use the java configuration settings. Okay, so mainly it will provide the access to the configuration settings to the entire application. So it will provide the configuration settings to the entire applications. So that is the use case of the singleton design pattern. So let's start how it will we can create that. So first of all, we need to make the class name as means we need to create the class, and then with that class name itself we need to create the variable. So make sure view coders that the variable that the variable will have the private access modifier and specifier access specifier, and the that is having static. So it means why this private, because we can't access and we can't change it from the another class. Okay, and this is static because we need to create the object through the method itself. Like when we can create a single instance. Okay, so also we need to create a constructor of that. So in that constructor we are making it private because we don't want to create the object of that. So if we create the object, that means if we make it public, then we can create the object, so multiple instances it will create. So that's why one of the reason that we are making it private. Then coders, here it comes the uh, method. So method is get instance. So in this method itself, like we are declaring this as a static, because as there is no object creation, we can directly call the method by its name. Okay, and we can directly make this variable in means create this variable, means call this variable inside this method itself without uh, creating the object of that. So here I am setting this, means I am creating the condition which says if instance equals to null. If the instance is null, the value of this instance variable is null, then firstly it will uh, create the new singleton, and if it is not null, then it will return the instance itself. But here comes the one problem, coders, that if there will be the different threads like T1 and T2. That time, like T1 will check that if it is null, then it will create. T2 again checks it is null, it will create. So to avoid that situation, like means multiple times it will create through the threads. So to avoid this situation, we can create a synchronized block. Like we can create in the class level itself, but we don't want all the contents of that method. Means we can create the method level itself, that synchronization, but we don't want that content of that method will all the content of the method will be synchronized. We want only that particular block will be means particular block will be synchronized. So that's why we are using synchronized block. So here means I am assuming that you know about single synchronized block. Otherwise I will create a new video or separate video for that as well. So but first please understand this, we are creating it as a synchronized block, and there we are setting as that if instance equals to null, then create a new instance, otherwise it will return the same instance. Okay, so this will be helpful from the thread safety as well. So this is a common question and most favorite question of the interviewer, that how to make a singleton class with the with keeping in mind the thread safety. So that time you can say that we have to create the block, the synchronized block, and giving that assigning a value if the condition is null. So now we are returning this instance, and in the same class we are printing one string message that returns something. Okay, so this is something singleton pattern, but now this this is something we can say lazy way. But suppose if someone will say that if we want to do the singleton using a easier way, then what we have to do, we have to just create the singleton instance, and we need to directly uh, return the instance. Means even means it will not check even the means first time creation it is null or not, it will directly create one. Means if there will be the use, then it will uh, call that, if then it will give that. So we are directly using this instance, we are not checking here. So, okay, so this is something easier way, but this is the most appropriate and most useful way to create the singleton design pattern. So just remember that thing. And now there is one main method. What it does is, means how we can check that yeah it's a singleton pattern, like it's creating one object only at a time. So means one instance of object only. So we can check by, like we can um, in the main method we can call the singleton method, means the method of that singleton class. So it's a get instance method. So now we are printing it singleton dot print string, so it's printing here. Also we can do here one thing like sop, that system dot out dot println. We can do one thing. So let's suppose this is singleton 1, and another object also we will create with the name as singleton 2. Singleton 2, and here we will write this same singleton dot get instance. So we will compare coders that the hash code of the singleton 1 and singleton 2. So if it will be same, then we can say the instance will be same. Okay, like I am writing the system.out.println, and here I am uh, giving that hash code, printing it hash code, singleton one dot hash code, singleton two dot hash code. So this will give the idea that yeah this is the creating a single object, a single instance of the object. So let's uh, let's start with the practical demo as well. So let me share my screen, just a second, coders. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So here coders, like I have created the singleton example for you, and here you can see means in the IntelliJ itself, like firstly I have created the singleton class, where this is private static singleton instance and this is private singleton. I have created the constructor of that. So I created this variable for the creating a single instance. Means okay, means it will not, means we are using private because we can change it the value of this outside of that class, and static because we can call the object, means variable itself, without creating any object of that. So also we can make this, means we don't need to assign the value, because by default the value will be null if that will be private static. Now we are creating the constructor of that. So this is the no argument constructor, like this is the private constructor. Means why we are creating it, because we don't want to create the uh, object of that. So we are directly creating the private constructor. Now we are creating a method where this is the static method, because we don't want to call means create the object of the class and then call that method. Means we are directly, as this is the constructor which is private, so we are making it static that directly it will call the method without creating the object of that class. So here we are checking the instance. If it is null, then it will create the new singleton. Otherwise, it will create the same instance. So here I just have to write this synchronized, so that as per the thread safety, synchronized, synchronized. So here you can write syn- synchronized, synchro, no synchro. So syn- so here you can write this synchronized keyword, synchronized. I think this is the one, and here need to write singleton dot class. Here need to write if just a second synchronized. Let's see here what can we write. Synchronized block Java. So synchronized block is something like this. Synchronized. Let me go there. Syn- Synchronized. Yeah, this is the block, and this is the name of the class. And now I am just means this is the printing message string by type singleton provided change equals to new instance new singleton. So there is some issue in the braces, I think, coders. Let me see. Yeah, so one more is required. Return vector this public string message. So here uh, public string message return this is dot singleton return string return this is singleton. Just a second, coders. Turn instance Mm, public void. Yeah, so here it is will be void. So message, and here it will we will show shout. This is a singleton object. Void. So this is this close bracket is in this one. This is in this one, and then uh, one more close bracket will be there. Yeah. Now it is this, and we can singleton. We can write singleton one dot print message, and here also we can type singleton 2 dot print message. So let me format it. Okay. So here you can see the same way like I have created a singleton dot get instance, and there I am calling the hash code of the two objects. So to check whether the hash code is same or not, and here I am printing the message, means the two messages will be same. So if I will run it, then you can see this is a so the hash code is same, and the value of this message is this is a singleton, this is a singleton. So this way you can create the singleton class. So how you find this video, uh, please like it, comment it, and subscribe my channel. So we'll meet in the next video. Until unless, bye.